Not everyone who stays silent feels nothing. Some souls, the deeper they're wounded, the quieter they become. No stories are told, no tears are shed, no anger is voiced. Just a slow retreat into the dark, like a wound finding its own way to heal. This is the heart of Scorpio, a zodiac sign that loves with unmatched intensity, but guards its pain with unmatched silence. If you're a Scorpio, or if you've ever loved so deeply, it hurt. This is for you men and women across the U.S. seeking healing connection and the courage to love again. Let's walk this soulful journey together, honoring your depth, embracing your strength, and finding peace in the shadows where you heal. The silent fire of Scorpio. People often say Scorpio is cold, but they rarely pause to ask why. Behind that calm, piercing gaze is a heart that once burned with fire, a heart that loved fully, fiercely, and was shattered in return. Scorpios don't love halfway. They don't flirt with affection or dip their toes into devotion. When they choose you, it's not by chance. It's because something in you awakened something in them, a spark, a truth, a piece of their soul that was waiting to be seen. For Scorpio, love is not a game. It's a sacred act, a dive into the deepest waters of connection. But that depth comes with a cost. To love so fiercely is to open yourself to vulnerability, and for Scorpio, vulnerability is sacred. It's a gift they offer rarely, a trust they guard fiercely. When you're given their heart, you're given their truths, their past, their softness, parts of them they've hidden from the world. But when that trust is broken, the pain isn't just a sting, it's a destruction. It shatters their hope, their faith, the quiet world they built with you. And no, they won't scream, they won't beg, they won't demand you understand. They'll simply vanish, retreating into a fortress of silence and memory. Scorpio doesn't disappear because they're weak. They disappear because they refuse to break in front of anyone. They'd rather bleed in silence than be pitied. There were nights they sat alone, lights off, heart-heavy breath, shallow. No music, no distractions, just the sound of everything they couldn't say echoing inside. They weren't looking for rescue. They were surviving their own storm, carrying a pain they feared the world would dismiss. Scorpios don't fear pain, they fear exposure, being misunderstood, being told to get over it. So they stay quiet, holding it all in until it's safe to feel again. The pain of betrayal. Scorpio, you know this pain, don't you? The moment someone you trusted turned away. Maybe it was a lover who promised forever but left without a word. Maybe it was a friend who betrayed your confidence. Maybe it was a bond you poured your soul into only to watch it unravel. Whatever it wasn't just a loss. It was a betrayal of the trust you gave, the hope you nurtured, the future you dared to imagine. It changed something inside you. A door closed not forever, but tightly enough that few would ever get close again. You've been burned, and you remember the flame. Every touch, every whisper, every goodbye that wasn't said loud enough lives in your memory. You've built walls not out of anger, but out of fear. Fear of being betrayed again, fear of loving someone more than you love yourself, fear of giving everything only to be left empty. But those walls aren't what people think. They're not cold or cruel, they're made of the quiet hope that one day someone will be brave enough to see past them, to understand that your silence isn't distance, it's protection. You've carried this pain in silence, Scorpio, because you learned early that not everyone can hold your truth. You've sat in the dark, replaying moments, wondering if you were too much, too intense, too deep for a world that craves surface connections. But you were never the problem. Your depth is not a flaw, it's a gift. Your intensity is not a burden, it's a power. You loved with a fire that few could match, and when it wasn't returned, it didn't dim your flame. It taught you how to guard it. The misunderstood soul. The world often misreads you, Scorpio. They call you cold, distant, or intimidating, but they don't see the heart behind the silence. They don't understand that your quietness is not a lack of feeling, it's an overflow of it. You feel everything so deeply that words sometimes fail you. You carry the joy, the pain, the love, and the loss in a way that's too vast for most to comprehend. Your silence isn't emptiness, it's a sanctuary, a place where you process, heal, and rebuild. You've loved someone who didn't see your depth. You shared your truths, your past, your hidden softness, only to watch them walk away or change without explanation. That betrayal didn't just hurt, it reshaped you. You learned to guard your heart, not because you stopped believing in love, but because you started believing in yourself. You realized that not everyone deserves your trust, your vulnerability, your fire. And so you became selective, not out of spite, but out of wisdom. But here's what the world misses beneath your armor. There's still a longing, a desire to be seen, not scanned, to be felt, not figured out, to be held, not handled. You want someone who isn't scared by your shadows, who understands that your depth isn't danger, that your silence doesn't mean distance. You crave a love that's honest, consistent, and unafraid, a love that doesn't demand you open up before you're ready, but creates a space where you feel safe to try. Healing in the shadows. Your healing, Scorpio, happens in the shadows, in the quiet moments where you face your pain alone. It's not about erasing the past or pretending the wounds didn't happen. It's about weaving those hurts into your strength like gold mending broken pottery. You don't heal by forgetting you heal, by remembering, by learning to carry the memories without letting them break you. You heal by forgiving yourself for trusting the wrong person, for loving too deeply, for hoping too much. Find a place that feels like yours, a dark room, a quiet night, a journal where your thoughts can spill without judgment. Place your hand over your heart and feel its steady beat. Say to yourself, I am not too much. I am enough. Write down the betrayals you're ready to release, the moments you gave too much, the dreams you still hold. Keep them as a reminder of your resilience, or let them go as a symbol of your freedom. Your heart is not broken, it's reborn stronger for its scars, wiser for its pain. You don't need to change who you are to be loved. You don't need to be less intense, less deep, less you. Your healing is about owning your depth, embracing your fire, and trusting that the right people will see it as a gift. You deserve a love that doesn't flinch at your intensity, that stays through your silence, that honors your trust without breaking it. Until that love arrives, be the one who loves yourself first. Be the one who listens to your own heart, who creates a sanctuary for your soul, who reminds you that you are worthy of rest, care, and connection. The love you deserve. Scorpio, you deserve a love that feels like home, not a battlefield, not a puzzle, but a safe haven where your heart can rest. You deserve someone who sees your silence as strength, your intensity as beauty, your vulnerability as sacred. This love won't demand you open up before you're ready. It won't ask you to explain your shadows. It will simply be there, patient, consistent, true, showing you through actions, not just words, that they're not going anywhere. This love may not come quickly, and that's okay. You don't trust easily, and you shouldn't have to. The right love will wait, not because you demand it, but because they choose it. They'll see the world you've been hiding, the songs you shared, the laughs in the rain, the quiet moments that live in your memory, and they'll cherish it. They'll love you not to fill a void, but to share the peace you've fought so hard to earn. A message for every Scorpio soul, for every Scorpio and every soul who has loved deeply and hurt quietly. Know this. Your heart is a treasure. Your intensity is a strength. Your silence is a sanctuary. You don't need to rush your healing or compare your journey. You are arriving one breath, one moment, one act of self-love at a time. Keep nurturing your soul, protecting your peace, and believing in the beauty of your depth. You are not broken, you are beautiful, and your light shines brightest in the shadows. The more deeply you've been hurt, the more sacred your love becomes. Protect it, but don't bury it. Even the most guarded hearts deserve to be held gently, patiently, without fear. You've carried your pain in silence, but you don't have to carry it alone. There are people out there who will love you with the same intensity you carry, who won't run from your depth, who will crave your truth. Until you find them, keep healing, keep being whole, and keep believing you are enough.